Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're finishing our look at like wave four of Legacy Evolution, and this is Decepticon Axelgrease. This is a Junkion, but it's a Decepticon Junkion. If you remember when we looked at the other wave four figures, basically all the figures were either straight repaints or repaint retools of pre-existing figures. And Axle Grease here is a repaint with a new head and some new accessories of the previously released Junkion Scrapbook. And basically, by changing the accessories, we go from a tow truck to some kind of muscle car. And I think that's kind of cool and all. Now, I do have to admit, um, in mine, I had some weird issues in terms of getting stuff to take together. And I really don't know if that's because of the age of the mold or something. Um, Scraphook has one of the worst arm transformations that I can realize. And it's really just one of the weakest molds that you have to fold them in and tuck. And on the axle grease here, I actually, as I did with Scraphook, ended up just having to pop the arms off, which they're supposed to do. They come off like that. But then it was also popping off at the elbow. And I don't know if you can see here, but one of the fists does not sit in it's a mushroom peg. It doesn't sit in the slot as far back as you can. Now, in terms of new accessories, you have a new engine here, which you know what? I think I have it facing backwards. Oh, there you go. New engine. Oh, that fits nice. New engine and these this new back section here, which are these thrusters. And carried over from Scraphook, you have the little exhaust here and a hook. Now, I kind of wonder now, were those exhausts originally meant for Scraphook, or were they just a pre-tool for axle grease here? That's a good question, but it does roll very nicely. Different colors, which unfortunately would be fine if it wasn't for the fact that all of these Junkians are supposed to combine and merge together into some sort of monster. So Axle Grease is really going to stick out. Now, since we've already covered the transformation, we're just going to pause and go from this to this. And I've already gone ahead and just added the vents because the exhaust pipes, because I'm like, that's really the best place for them. But in terms of everything else, you have some options here. First of all, split the weapons. You can stick them on the forearm here, just like that. They can also go in the fist, and this is kind of cool. If you notice how they're angled, um, just slide it in, it covers the hand, and it kind of, it does on one hand look a little odd, but it does end up facing forward because of how it's designed. So I appreciate that little touch. And of course, you do have the hook that you can just stick anywhere. Now, of course, the other bit is, which of course I pull this out. I'm pulling out the fist. Wait, is there really like any? I don't understand why it's not going anymore. And I hate to force it because I don't want to break the plastic, but let's just go ahead and stick these off to the side right now in the forearm. Um, I do also think you can stick them in the back here. Can you? Yeah, you can stick them in the back. A little bit of weapon storage. Let's pull out the engines because let's not forget that these guys can be little blasters too, um, just like on the original Scraphook. I do like the design of the blasters here. You can, of course, rejoin them, and they'll be like uh, like a giant blaster, but there isn't a centralized peg. Articulation is the same. Head swivel, waist, universal joints at the hips. You have the shoulder movement here, which is the hinge section. Remember, these pop off, the legs pop off, so you do have a lot going. And I did And since you do have that special combined ability with Crash Bar, the motorcycle, where if you take off these front sections, there are there are tabs and pegs. I'm sorry, there are tabs and slots on this figure as well as Crash Bar's saddlebags that form a four-wheeled motorcycle of doom. But again, that I mean, doing it with this figure, yeah, you can break up the colors a little, but I think it still looks better with the original scrapbook. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, so there's really nothing much more I can say about the figure. Um, the chest plate is new, the head's new. Other than that, I mean, a lot of this is repaint. I think these parts are new too, just to break that up. But yeah, so like I said, not much more I can say. So I think we'll just pause now and we'll come back with my final thoughts. I gotta be honest, I really don't like this mode. The robot mode is great, either version you get, and I like the accessories, and I like the cross play pattern with using it to armor up figures and connecting to Crash Bar and all that. But the transformation of the legs is fine. That arm transformation just really takes it out of me, and I feel it really needed an extra little passover in the design process to fully work. Because as it is, it just doesn't come together the way you would want it to, and you end up popping things off. It's just too frustrating, which then of course turn makes this figure a parts former rather than a straight transformer. And one of the selling points of these Junkions, where it was the fact that hey, you can take them apart, but they do transform straight away. Um, I got this figure from commandstore.com. I'm pretty sure they actually have the Wave still in stock, so keep an eye out to pick it up. I know they had in stock the rest of Wave 4, except for the core class, so be sure to check it out there. Other than that, it has already shipped from Amazon, and I think the figures might even be in stock at Amazon and even other retailers like Big Bad Toy Store. So you have your options of what you want to get. Um, Personally, I would say pass on Axelgrease and wait for the eventual repaint that will better match the Junkie and Combiner, unless you want to really experience that Junkie and Combiner right away, because apparently Axelgrease is a core component. Um, so it's as I always say, the final decision is up to you. So that's about it for the review. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. It helps with the algorithms. I have a Patreon, www.patreon.com/ChuckDog1999. $1 a month, $12 a year. You know the drill. But as I've also been saying, if you really want to help, get my videos out there. Share them around on social media and bulletin boards. Submit them as news reports because these reviews do actually help people make purchasing decisions and give them a better look at the figure than the traditional Hasbro, um, reveals and what have you. Um, Step up, put them out there. If the site says they don't news reviews, ask them why. Tell them that it does help support the Transformers community at large, especially if you notice them sharing videos and stills from videos by guys like Prime versus Prime, who basically get their figures through somewhat nefarious means. Remember, doing stuff like that, getting the videos out there, helps smaller reviewers like me and keeps this community going. Because once you start losing us, you're going to start losing the interest of a lot of people. So that's it. Once again, this is your old pal Chuck for Axel Grease. We will see you next time.